the polling goes back to 2015, but in that amount of time, that 8 years, it's amazing. It all, genders, age levels, education levels, everything, it's gone down so much. And they earned it. Absolutely earned it. I would say so. I mean, like the number one thing being taught these days is a philosophy, a worldview so idiotic, so moronically oversimplified, it's hard to believe even a 10-year-old would accept it. The idea if you have more power, everything you do is evil. No matter how good, it's evil. And if you have less power, everything you do is good, no matter how evil. It's good. No, killing babies was good, and raping women was good. Yes, I claim to be a feminist, but raping women was good because the person with less power did it. I mean, seriously, it's like they've been brainwashed by a cult or the pod people from outer space or something. You're dealing with a person whose capacity for reason has left them. It's scary. It's like you come across a brute who wants only to inflict violence. A crazy street person or something like that. You realize, and Jack, you dealt with this, you realize, I cannot reason with this person on any level. Before we get to, hey, Katie, the news lady. You know what's the most underreported story right now? Might be one of your headlines, Katie. Hope I'm not stealing one. You know what's the most underreported story, I think, in America? Talk to me. It's certainly the most underreported story in California, where we are. I-10 being closed for over a month in Los Angeles, one of the busiest freeways on planet Earth, is closed. Because there was an accidental fire at a storage facility. Next story, move along. Because of homeless people. Because of a homeless camp. That's not getting any coverage. I'm looking at the flames right now in the headline on MSNBC. I-10 will reopen in 3 to 5 weeks. First of all, closing down a major thoroughfare in Los Angeles for over a month is not a minor thing. But the root of the fire, don't just show the fire and talk about why did this happen? Huge cover-up going on right now. Huge cover-up between the government officials and the LA Times. Nothing to see here, folks, nothing to see here. This really would hurt our narrative that the junkie camps are just the enclave of the poor, unfortunate, unhoused. Yeah! That is really quite amazing. People are waking up. Slowly. Let's hope it's not too late.
Armstrong and Getty.
I'm Jack Armstrong, he's Joe Getty. We're the Armstrong and Getty Show. Do you like to stay informed to know what's going on in the world? And you can't stand the liberal media bias. We think we have a show for you. Armstrong and Getty on demand. 4 episodes available every day.
You will be up to date. You will be informed. You will be entertained.
Sometimes we get mad about the news. Sometimes we laugh hard about the news.
Armstrong and Getty on demand.
Armstrong and Getty on demand. 4 episodes available every day on the iHeartRadio app. It's a fantastic podcast. The season of Inspiration Sales Event is on at Meta Mazda. With first year's maintenance and the complimentary limited lifetime warranty with the purchase of any new Meta Mazda. Big selection, big savings at MetaMazda.com. I can afford to follow my dreams.
I can afford to do whatever I put my mind to.
I can afford college.
Start your future at a California community college. Financial aid is available to help with tuition, books, and sometimes even the rent.
I can afford to invest in myself and my future.
It's time to take the next big step. Classes can fill up quickly, so enroll today at icangotocollege.com.
Let's go.
Jackson.
Everybody knows Jackson's where you go for the best stays and the biggest giveaways. Holiday Drive Away. You could win a brand new 2023 Lincoln Corsair December 17th just by playing your favorite games with your rewards card. It's a bounty of points at Jackson. Multiply your rewards points up to 10 times with our bountiful multiplier every Sunday and Wednesday, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. We did it again. Jackson has once again been crowned the best hotel in Amador. Book your stay today for as low as $139 and never pay resort fees or taxes. Jackson Rancheria Casino Resort, located in beautiful Amador County.
Let's go. Now's the time to be planting your cool season vegetable and flower garden. Cauliflower, broccoli, kale, lettuces, Swiss chard, and more. Even compact spaces can easily produce a vegetable garden. Let Big Oak Nursery
Nursery in Elk Grove show you how. They have a great supply and the knowledge and experience to help you have your best winter garden yet. You can always count on locally grown, family-owned and operated Big Oak Nursery in Elk Grove. They're open 7 days a week on Grant Line Road in Elk Grove, just east of Highway 99. Or visit online at bigoaknursery.com.
The Arthritis Foundation's Jingle Bell Run raises money for adults and children with arthritis. It's the season's most festive event for a great cause. Get in your favorite holiday costume and run, walk, or stroll. Or cheer on others from the sidelines. Saturday, December 9th at William Land Park. Let's jingle together and spread the spirit of joy and hope. Be there with bells on. Sign up today. Go to jdr.org/Sacramento to register. That's jdr.org/Sacramento.
Celebrate Thanksgiving by saving at Rayleigh's in Bel Air. This week, Rayleigh's Grade A Fresh Natural Turkey, raised with no antibiotics ever, is on sale for just 97 cents a pound, limit one. Save big on your Turkey Day feast, only at Rayleigh's in Bel Air.
With the holidays upon us, the increase in traveling, shopping, and connecting online also heightens the need to protect your identity and finances. With LifeLock, identity thieves see this time of year as an opportunity to drain your accounts, open new loans in your name, and damage your financial future. LifeLock detects and alerts you to the threats you might miss on your own. Don't let the busy holiday season catch you off guard. Save up to 25% off your first year with promo code CLAY. LifeLock.com, promo code CLAY.
Your pet isn't just a pet. They're part of your family. Most of the pet food on the market is cooked at high temperatures, which kills nutrients. A scoop of Dynamite is a 3-in-1 daily supplement, adding back key nutrients to your pup's health. Try Dynamite for free. Just pay shipping and handling. Learn more at DINOVITE.com/radio. That's Dynamite.com/radio. Happier, healthier with every bite. Over 1 million pets helped with Dynamite. Portions of the following program will be recorded. When you're at home, you can always listen to KFBK. Just ask your smart speaker, Alexa, play KFBK on iHeartRadio. This is the best weekend talk show in America. Grab our podcast. It's called Armstrong and Getty On Demand.
The Armstrong and Getty Show.
They're just cleaning up this place because all those fancy leaders are coming into town. That's true. Because it's true.
That was an interesting thing to say. I'm not sure that or... You're supposed to click 50, Michael?
Anytime you put on an event, by definition, you have people over your house, you got to clean up the house. You got to make sure the kids make their beds. Take the socks, let's put them in the drawer. The heck,
I'm not sure either one of those is a top 10 clip of the year, but I feel like they're of that quality. That first one I feel like he'd like to have back. He was workshopping that in his head. People say you drink too much. Well, no, that's true. Because it's true.
Folks say, they're just cleaning up this place because all those fancy leaders are coming into town. That's true. Because it's true.
So that first part, though, that just struck me. He did that a couple of times. Is he workshopping again? Is he workshopping his kind of regular guy for when he runs for president someplace other than San Francisco? Because I've never heard him dropping his G's and doing that sort of thing. I've never heard him do that before. People say that fancy leaders are coming to town. I've never heard him talk like that. You read my mind. I was just going to say he is clearly working on his folksy. Gavin of Napa, the great silver spoon Gavin of Napa Valley, is working on his folksy for the presidential run. Getting ready for when he'll be campaigning in Iowa or the South or wherever. Some fancy people are coming over. What about that? I was sipping on some fancy Cabernet Sauvignon that was $450 a bottle with some good old boys. Some Napa Valley good old boys. Some good old boy venture capitalists from Silicon Valley. That's right. Yeah, boy. Who rode in on their Gulfstream jets. I was just driving down to Silicon Valley to see some good old boys. Venture capital firms. Yeah, looking good. Keep trying, Gabby. Oh, I do hope he runs. I really, really, really hope he runs just for the comedy. So, speaking of fancy leaders coming to town, that would be Xi Jinping, among others, for your 8th meeting. That did not work well for him.
Go ahead, play it again, Michael. Oh, say, they're just cleaning up this place because all those fancy leaders are coming into town. That's true. Because it's true.
Yeah, that just didn't work.
I'd say. Wow. Anyway.
You laugh.
I laugh.
This is so good. Just the opening from this piece by Peter Goodman, who's a global economics reporter for the New York Times. He writes, for more than a quarter century, the fortunes of the United States and China were fused in a uniquely monumental joint venture. That's a good line. Americans treated China like the mother of all outlet stores, purchasing staggering quantities of low-priced factory goods. Major brands.
Crappy goods.
Yeah, in large measure. Major brands exploited China as the ultimate means of cutting costs, manufacturing their products in a land where wages are low and unions are banned.
What?
Yeah, hey, socialists. You get your socialist utopia? Unions are banned. Well, that's because they're not needed, because in a socialist system, everybody shares... Whoa. Let's go back to the first part of that little paragraph. Why are American corporations offshoring all their manufacturing? Because wages are so low in the socialist utopia. Is anybody getting this? Have I spelled it out slowly enough for y'all? Holy crap, how do people keep coming back to socialism? Reading on, as Chinese industry filled American homes with electronics and furniture, factory jobs lifted hundreds of millions of Chinese from poverty. China's leaders used the proceeds of the export juggernaut to buy trillions of dollars of U.S. government bonds, keeping America's borrowing costs low and allowing its spending bonanza to continue. What an incestuous, codependent, unholy relationship this is when you see it explained like that. Here were two countries separated by the Pacific, one shaped by freewheeling capitalism, the other by an authoritarian communist party, yet conjoined in an enterprise so consequential that the economic historian Neil Ferguson, hero of ours, coined a term, Chimerica, shorthand for their symbiotic economic relationship. Then he points out the obvious. No one uses words like symbiotic today. There's a splitting apart, and it's going to be a lot more painful than people imagine, is the point of his analysis. And I think he's probably right. He mentions divorce is not a practical option. We're just too intertwined. So anybody who pitches like a complete divorce is just in fantasy land. But how does that frenemy relationship evolve? Who knows?
All right, but doesn't that, the whole, well, divorce isn't an option, doesn't that, that's the problem with the real divorce. There are two parties involved, so maybe we don't like the idea, the United States doesn't think it's an option, but China gets to do whatever they want.
Yeah, but I think if they were to try to decouple, they would have hundreds of millions of people plunged back into poverty, depending on how well they could sell to the rest of the world. But as the U.S. goes, so goes the EU generally. So, and again, unspooling that is the topic of books and lectures and things that are far too long for this segment of radio. But I wanted to throw this in as well. This is from the Wall Street Journal. Why Xi can no longer brag about the Chinese economy. 2 years ago, Beijing was ascendant. Now, as Biden and Xi prepare to meet, U.S. growth is humming while China struggles with a property slump, local government debt, and serious economic headwinds.
The story is that Biden's going to hammer Xi on fentanyl? Do we have any leverage on that?
No, that one's slippery.
Stop sending fentanyl in our country.
Armstrong and Getty.
I'm Jack Armstrong, and he's Joe Getty. We're the Armstrong and Getty Show.
Do you like to stay informed to know what's going on in the world? And we can't stand the liberal media bias. We think we have a show for you.
Armstrong and Getty on demand. 4 episodes available every night.
You will be up to date. You will be informed. You will be entertained.
Sometimes we get mad about the news. Sometimes we laugh hard about the news.
Armstrong and Getty on demand.
Armstrong and Getty on demand. 4 episodes available every day
On the iHeartRadio app.
It's a fantastic podcast.
With the holidays upon us, the increase in traveling, shopping, and connecting online also heightens the need to protect your identity and finances with LifeLock. Identity thieves see this time of year as an opportunity to drain your accounts, open new loans in your name, and damage your financial
LifeLock detects and alerts you to the threats you might miss on your own. Don't let the busy holiday season catch you off guard. Save up to 25% off your first year with promo code PLAY. LifeLock.com, promo code PLAY.
Your pet isn't just a pet, they're part of your family. Most of the pet food on the market is cooked at high temperatures, which kills nutrients. But Scoop of Dynamite is a 3-in-1 daily supplement, adding back key nutrients to your pup's health. Try Dynamite for free. Just pay shipping and handling. Learn more at DINOVITE.com/radio. That's Dynamite.com/radio.
Healthier with every bite. Over 1 million pets helped with Dynamite.
KFBK Sacramento, KFM, Paul Fine.
Local news, breaking news, traffic, and weather. KFBK, Sacramento's News Radio.
From ABC News, I'm Chuck Severson. Tributes to former First Lady Rosalynn Carter at her death today are including how much she did to promote mental health care and erase the stigma associated with it. Former ABC News White House correspondent Ann Compton covered several presidents, including the Carter White House.
She advocated on a national level very strongly for getting mental health patients out of hospitals and into community settings. Just determined that that was a much better way to bring them back into society.
Mrs. Carter talked about the challenges of the symposium at the University of New Mexico in 2012.
I put some of the blame on all of this on stigma. It's the biggest obstacle to helping people with mental illness. It keeps people from seeking help. They don't want to go because they don't want to be labeled mentally ill.
Rosalynn Carter was 96. This update on pausing the Mideast war from ABC's Patrick Reevell in Israel.
Amid the carnage, pressure growing on Israel to accept a ceasefire. As talks inch closer to a deal to free the remaining 236 hostages, including Americans. Significant progress reported in talks mediated by Qatar. U.S. and Israeli sources telling ABC around 50 hostages could be freed in exchange for a 5-day ceasefire. And for Israel releasing some Palestinian women and children, the deal could still be derailed at the last minute.
Health officials say 31 premature babies in extremely critical condition were transferred safely today from Gaza's main hospital and will go to Egypt. Cases of RSV are rising, say health officials. Epidemiologist Dr. John Brownstein, an ABC News contributor, says the administration is working with the medical and pharmaceutical community to reverse the shortage of monoclonal antibodies.
All pediatric hospitals are bracing for impact, especially if you start to layer on the challenges of flu and COVID heading into the winter.
You're listening to ABC News.
California's capital city, now trending on KFBK, Sacramento's News Radio.
At the Democratic Convention in Sacramento, anger, frustration, the convention ending today. But not before talks of the Israeli-Hamas war. Pro-Palestinian protesters shut down Saturday evening events. This spring, rumors were swirling that Herbal, one of California's largest cannabis distribution companies, was on the verge of collapse. 1 month later, the company filed for bankruptcy. Those in the industry said suppliers, or lack of big ones, led to the demise of Herbal, which last year sold more than 700 million